So when I first came to know about the prop firms, it was in 2019, and at that time FTMO was the only firm which was the most trusted one, and they were offering two-phase evaluation, which they still offer. But now we have a lot more prop firms, and they are offering either two-phase evaluation, one-step evaluation, and instant funding model as well. So in this video, we are only going to be focused on the top 3 prop firms that are offering instant funding. But just before we start, if you are new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And if you are still not following me on my Instagram, make sure to follow me on my Instagram from the link in description as well. So let's deep dive into the details of what are the top 3 instant funding prop firms for the year 2023. Coming at number 3, we have my Forex Funds. Now my Forex Funds have 3 different funding models. One of them is called accelerated funding model, and in their accelerated funding model they have 2 sub models of this funding model: conventional funding model, empathic funding model. Now these both are instant funding models, and we're gonna look in details between the difference of conventional and empathic. Now looking at the conventional, we can see that their account size in the conventional model, it starts from $2,000 all the way up to $50,000. Now the maximum account that you can get with my Forex fund for instant funding is only $50,000, which I would say like it's very low as compared to the next 2 firms that I'm going to show you. But the reason why I think my Forex fund should be in the top 3 is because they are one of the biggest firms in the industry right now. They are either at number 1 or at number 2 overall in the prop firm industry. So they are very, very trusted. So that's the reason I could not ignore my Forex fund for the instant funding model that they have. Now looking at the $2,000 account, the one-time fee is only $99 to get the instant funding, and you will be given $2,000 instant funding account. For the $5,000 instant funding account in the conventional funding model, you will have to pay one-time fee of $245. For the $10,000 account of the conventional funding model, you will have to pay $485. For the $20,000 conventional funding account, you will be paying $970 to trade on this $20,000 instant funding account. And for the $50,000 account, the fee is going to be $2,450. Now they do have a scaling plan, and they say that assured funding, which means the guaranteed funding that you can get the maximum funding for the $2,000 account is $324,000. For the $5,000 account, it's $405,000. For the $10,000 account, it's $540,000. For the $20,000 account, you can scale this account up to $1.08 million. And for the $50,000 account, you can scale up to $1.3 million. Now the thing about their instant funding model, which I don't really like, is that you do get no daily drawdown limit. You do get 5% of the starting balance, which is basically the same amount that you are spending. You are spending $485 to get $10,000 instant funding, which is like almost 5%. And it's the same case for the $50,000 account. Now the problem here is that your profit split from the profits that you're gonna make on their instant funding model, it's only 50%. Now 50% profit split on the funded account, which is instant funding, it's way too low as compared to what other firms are offering. And for every 10% profit that you will make on your conventional account, you will be moved to the next stage. Now the stages are divided in a way. On the phase 1, which is like the account that you are currently trading, when you will hit the 10% profit target, your account size will be increased by 2 times, which means your account size will be doubled. On phase 2, your account size will be increased by 1.5x. On phase 3, your account size will be increased again by 2x. And on phase 4, your account size will be increased by 1.5x. So it's gonna work that way until you reach $324,000 for $2,000 account, $405,000 for $5,000 account, and $1.35 million for the $50,000 account. Now this is for the conventional funding model of my Forex funds. Now for empathic accelerated funding model of my Forex fund, the prices are going to be different. The overall maximum limit is going to be different, and your drawdown, it's also going to be different. So what it means, Like the amount that you will be spending to purchase the $2,000, $5,000 or $20,000 or $50,000 account in conventional model, it's going to be increased now in this funding model. It's $198 for $2,000 account, $490 for $5,000 account, $970 for $10,000 account, $1,940 for $20,000 account, $4,900 for the $50,000 account. The maximum guaranteed funding on the $50,000 account this time, it's now 2.02 million. And your drawdown, it also increases by 2x, which is 10% of the starting balance. Again, there is no daily drawdown limit. But to move on to the next funding stage, to get the account doubled, you have to make at least 20% profit. Now, one thing that I need to mention here is that in my Forex Funds instant funding accounts, you are not allowed to hold your trades over the weekend. So you need to make sure that your trades are closed before the weekend, so that way your account will not be terminated. And you can trade up to 3 accounts of the instant funding model, also known as accelerated funding model, at one time. Now coming at number 2, we have Funded Trading Plus, which is again one of the most trusted prop firms in the industry. If we just look at their Trustpilot review, we can see that they have more than 1563 Trustpilot reviews, and they have the average rating of 4.9, which is very good. That's the reason I am putting them on the second number. Now this firm, Funded Trading Plus, they also have 3 funding models, but their funding models are single phase evaluation, which is called Experienced Trader, 2-phase evaluation, which is called Advanced Trader, and instant funding model, which is called Master Trader. Now for this, it's very simple. They don't have any minimum trading days requirement. There is no evaluation needed, as the name suggests, instant funding. And your profit split, it starts with 70%, and you get the relative drawdown, which is 5%. Now that's something that I don't really like about this firm. When you are paying almost the same amount to get the same drawdown, then why are you getting the relative drawdown? And that's the reason why I put them at number 2. Now they have different account sizes. The minimum you can choose is $5,000, but the maximum that you can go is $100,000. For the $5,000 account, you will have to pay $225 one-time fee. For the $10,000 Master Trader account, which is instant funding, you will have to pay $450. For the $25,000 account, your fee is going to be $1,125. For the $50,000 account, your fee is going to be $2,250. And if you are gonna take the $100,000 instant funding account, fee is gonna be $4,500. And they mention here that the drawdowns that you will be getting, it's going to be $250 on $5,000 account, $500 on $10,000 account, $1,250 on $25,000 account, $2,500 on $50,000 account, and $5,000 on a $100,000 account. Now, as I said, that their profit split, it starts with 70% profit to the trader, and firm keeps the 30% profit, but it can go up to 90% according to their scaling plan. Now let's look at their scaling plan and also look at how their relative drawdown works. Now for their scaling plan, we can see that, let's just say that you are taking a $100,000 account and you make $8,000. Now you should know that the second you are gonna cross 5% overall profits, your drawdown, it's going to set at the starting balance, which means it's going to be fixed at $100,000. So they say, let's just say that you make $8,000. Now your account is $108,000 and your drawdown now fixed at $100,000. Now if you make a withdrawal of $3,000, your account is now at $105,000. Again, your overall drawdown is set to $100,000. You cannot go down back to $100,000. If you make $8,000 again, your overall balance is now $113,000. So what you can do, they say you can scale up. Now the thing is, you must have 10% profit in the account to scale up. You can withdraw all the money that you want, but you have to sacrifice that 10% profit in order to move from phase 1 to phase 2 or stage 1 to stage 2. Now your account will be increased by $100,000 if you adopt for their scaling plan. And if you have like $13,000 profit, then it's going to be locked at $200,000 drawdown, and your balance, it's going to be $213,000. Now it's a bit tricky that how they scale your account, and you only get relative drawdown. And that's why for the number one prop firm, we have a firm which do not have any relative drawdown in their instant funding models, and you are literally getting one of the best scaling plans available in the market as well. Now looking at the next firm, at the number one stage, we have ForexPropFirm.com. Now their scaling plan, it literally goes up to $10 million, and they are also offering 3 different funding models: one-step evaluation model, two-step evaluation model, and they also have instant funding models. At the time when I am recording this video, you literally are gonna get 40% discount even on the instant funding. So you will be literally investing a little amount to get a lot of drawdown. We're gonna deep dive into everything that they are offering. Now let's just say that you want to go with ForexPropFirm.com. Their starting capital, it's $10,000. They have a $10,000 funded account, $25,000 instant funding account, $50,000 instant funding account, $100,000 instant funding account, and $200,000 instant funding account. And so far in the list, ForexPropFirm.com is the only firm with $200,000 instant funding account. Now the minimum for withdrawal that they say that you have to make at least 5%. That's something that I don't really like about ForexPropFirm.com, but it's good that they have mentioned here on their page, on the main page, that when you want to make a withdrawal, you have to make at least 5%, and then they will process the withdrawal. The overall drawdown is 5%, the daily drawdown is also 5%, and the minimum trading days requirement is 5. Now what's the best thing about this firm? They allow you to hold your trades over the weekend. You can also use expert advisors, hold trades overnight over the weekend, as I just said. And the platforms, you can choose either MT4 or MT5, and your profit split, it starts from 80% and it goes up to 100%. Now, if you take this opportunity to get 40% off on all funding models, you will be given 90% profit split, which is literally one of the best in the industry. Like imagine that you are working all the way up from 70% to 90% with funded trading plus. But if you just take this opportunity with this 40% discounted code, you will be given 90% profit split from the day one. Now their $10,000 instant funding account is gonna cost you $500 before 40% discount. Their $25,000 instant funding account is gonna cost you $1,250 before 40% discount. Their $50,000 instant funding account is gonna cost you $2,500 before 40% discount. Their $100,000 instant funding account is gonna cost you $5,000 before 40% off, and their $200,000 account is gonna cost you $10,000. But if you will apply this code, you will get the $200,000 instant funding account for only $6,000. Now one very important thing that I need to mention here is that there is no relative drawdown in case of ForexPropFirm instant funding model. And that's something that I really like about ForexPropFirm.com instant funding, and that's the reason why I have put them in my number one position for the top 3 prop firms for this year 2023 so far. So these are the 3 top prop firms in my opinion for instant funding. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about these firms? Are you gonna take the account? Which firm you're gonna go with? Or any suggestion that you have for me for the next videos. I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you have not yet. See you soon.